Okay, you might be saying, what in the world am I looking at here? So, just off screen, you can see the white. That's the Sierra. Now, if you haven't been following along, the links are in the description. I took out the transmission and thought I was going to find a broken sunshell. Turned out to be everything but the sunshell was screwed up. And that was a little bit of a speed bump. But, hey, I rolled with it. It is what it is. I was kind of prepared for the unknown. I just hoped it was the sunshell. It wasn't. Either way. But after that, in between finishing that part, the last video, and this one, I didn't just hit a speed bump. I screwed something up. I screwed something up. Not with the transmission, though. You'll find out in a future video. But basically, the fuel lines and the rear main seal is what I was going to do. And it should have been very easy until I screwed up. Now, maybe you've gone through this in your life where you thought something was going to be easy and then you did something stupid and you screwed it up. And I'm not going to say I got depressed or something like that, but I definitely got a little gun shy. I was a little bit deflated, and that caused me to kind of just freeze. I totally freezed up, started to take things really, really slow. And I said to myself, what I need, sounds so stupid, but now that I think about it, what I need is another project. This is not the project. This is actually my wife's car. I got to get an inspection done, but I'm going to change the oil right now. I need something else to kind of like cleanse my palate a little bit here. So we're going to get the Ram in, and maybe we're going to do a couple things, and I'm going to keep on working on the Sierra, and I'm going to keep filtering in Sierra videos. But yeah, I need to have something that I can just refocus on. So another thing that's happening, my friend Joe's coming over. He's got an oil leak in his Sierra. Actually, it's a 2013 though, so it's a little bit different. And we don't really know what the issue is. Could be a valley cover. Could be it could be the oil sensor. It could be the valve covers. We don't really know. We're going to kind of crack it open and take a look. Not going to be recording that. But to do that, I had to make space. So I moved, which was actually easier than I thought it was going to be. I had to move the welding table with all the transmission stuff on it. You know what that thing weighs. If you watched my shop build videos, that thing weighs over 1,000 pounds. I dropped it on its wheels and it just rolled it out of the way, no problem. And then I broke open a set of dollies, which I've never used before, ever in my life. And I bought them recently. They're 10,000 pound dollies. I'll link them in the description. I put the Sierra on these things. By myself, I was able to move the Sierra from this spot sideways over to this side. And I tell you, I got the 10,000 pound because I thought to myself, hey, if I ever want to move the Ram, I can do it, right? If I ever take apart the Ram, just totally take it apart, I could drop it on these dollies and move it around. Now, I do think I can do that, but I don't think I could do it myself, because this Sierra, I don't think this thing weighs much over 5,000 pounds. Ram weighs like 8,500, so 3,000 pounds more, and I was really leaning on this thing to get it to move, but I got it done. I have to say, I think I need two people to move the Ram. Maybe we'll test that out at some point in time. But I highly recommend these dollies. Now, they cost a bit of money, and they are ridiculously heavy. I mean crazy heavy. The guy dropped them on the stoop. I needed a hand truck. I swear to you, I needed a hand truck to get them from the front of the house into the shop. I couldn't lift them up. And the box is small. It's small, but the steel is like 1/4-inch plate steel, like just stacked up on top, and the wheels are really heavy. They're not like they're like super hardened rubber, plastic, something or other. Very, very heavy wheels, and there's 16 of them. So it was incredibly heavy. I mean, the thing probably weighed 100 pounds. It really did, and it's in a box and it's cardboard, and your hands slip off of it. I was like, this is ridiculous. But move this truck, no problem at all. Now, so that's what's going on. As this is real-time video, I'm recording this. What's today? Wednesday, and I'm going to post it this weekend. So this is only happening a few days before. So when you see the future videos of the fuel lines and the rear main seal, and I mean, it's going to start on this side, and all of a sudden, boom, I'm going to be on the other side. So This is me real time talking about this. Now, this is 2016 Jeep Cherokee. What has it got? 53,000 miles. I'm going to change the oil on this. And I'm going to talk to you while I'm doing this about an issue with the Ram that is confusing me. So let's get started on this and I'll start the story. Okay. All right. We got the oil drain in. It's a 13. You go in through the driver's side. It's real simple. This is probably the easiest car I've ever changed an oil on. Or ever changed the oil on. You don't need to jack up the car, and it's just real simple. Subaru Outback as well. All right, so let me get this here. This is a T27. All right, the Ram. Let's talk the Ram. I got a alignment December 2021, so probably about 13,000 miles ago. It was right after I did the. It was right after I did the leveling kit. And I can't remember if I had the wheels and tires. I did. I had the wheels and tires on as well. So I basically finished the truck as far as the mechanical changes, and I got it aligned. Now, since that moment and now, something has happened, and the alignment is all whacked out, and I ruined the passenger side front tire. And as you know, those tires are not cheap. Now, I don't know what happened, but I will say this. I didn't do anything mechanical between December 2021 and now, but I did do that camper bed build, which is a lot of weight. And I guess I put the camper on too. But the camper bed build is not even, meaning it's not like a symmetrical weight-wise. And I'm wondering if that's how somehow screwed it up, or something else has screwed it up. I don't know, but I wasn't even paying attention to this tire. And the other day I walked around, I was like, would you look at this tire? This is all screwed up. I have to bring it in Tuesday and try and get it aligned. Now I'm hoping that it aligns no problem. If it aligns no problem and they said, yeah, it was way off, then I'm going to be all right. And I'll say, okay, so something happened, it just got whacked out. But if they say, no, this thing's aligned, well, I got a bigger problem, I guess. I can definitely feel it pulling to the right. Like, without a doubt, it is pulling to the right. No doubt about it. But you just feel it. So I'm assuming it's not right. But why is it not right? Now, I did put, this is something else. I did put the sway bar, right? Well, anti-sway. And I haven't greased that up. And that's been 15,000 miles for sure. So maybe I need to do that. And also I haven't checked the bolts too. It could be maybe it's somehow loosened up or something. I'm not completely sure. But I have to double check that. And maybe what we'll do is before I bring it in for alignment, I'll bring it into the shop and I'll show you a close-up of all the stuff if you don't remember. But I'll show you a close-up of all the stuff I've done. And I'll show you the tire again, and we'll grease the sway bar, and yes, looks like right. We'll grease the sway bar, and then we'll get it aligned, and we'll just do a whole video on it, and we'll see. Hopefully, they say yeah, it's out of alignment, and they put it. What in the world? Look at this. This rubber O-ring was breaking up. Well, that's not good. I guess it wasn't really breaking up. It was, you can see the color coming off of it, right? And it's right here. See that right there? It's just like, it's in the grooves. Huh. I can't remember what filter this is. Okay, so, well, what's going to happen with the tire now? We got a ruined tire. I mean, it's not ruined, but it's pretty ruined. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we take the spare off, and yeah, this is different. Okay, so this is different. We take the spare off, and we put it on that passenger side, and we put the one that's kind of like ruined in a way and make that the spare. Because in reality, you know, it doesn't need to be a mint tire to be the spare. Oh, would you look at that? The stuff came off. And it's on this thing. Oh man, I'm gonna have to clean this. All right, let me pause for a second and I'll clean this. All right, clean that, replace the filter. Just tighten this thing up. I don't know what the foot runs are on this thing. That's probably good enough, I assume. I just bought this Icon, this 1/2 inch. I don't really like these floppy head things. They're kind of a little bit annoying, but you can't get a big one that's not floppy headed anymore. It's very difficult to find. I think this might have been 80 bucks. I can't really remember. It's got the soft grip, which is another thing I'm not really a huge fan of because they get dirty. But this has been okay for sure. What I don't like about you see that already? You're just shaking it. Now maybe what I can do is tighten this thing up. I don't know, and that'll make it floppy less. I don't know, but yeah, I picked it up because I need a long 1/2 inch. All right, so this is in there good. We got to get the 0W20 in there. It takes 6 quarts because that's what they love to do. They love to make a 5-quart container and then need 6 quarts. That's their favorite thing to do on all cars. These organized, if you didn't watch that video too, these things are really working great for me. I mean, I've had zero issue. I really kind of love them. I take them out too. If you watched that video, you noticed I was like, oh, I'll probably just leave it in there. I'm taking them out. They're so easy to take out. So, you know, somebody said in the comments, it's like, it's just so expensive, those things. They are expensive. I think they're like 70, 80 bucks for a set. But the way I think about it is, they're tools. They make your life easier. So it's just like buying a tool for 80 bucks. In this case, almost like a set of tools. But yeah, what am I taking that? What am I taking that back for? But yeah, I mean, it without a doubt makes your life easier. It makes your work faster. So if you were working faster, and this makes you work faster in every single job. Every single job that needs a socket, it makes you work faster. That makes it worth it to me. 80 bucks, that's a steal to make yourself work faster in every single job. I wish, you know how they make, you know, the painters things where it's red and it has a little plastic thing that sits in it and you pour the paint in there and you chuck the thing out. I wish they made that for these things because it would make my life so much easier. Yeah, it's a consumable, so, you know, you're just tossing it out. But if it costs $1, advanced fuel economy, suitable for hybrid vehicles, even though this is not a hybrid. They're putting some wacky stuff on oil nowadays. I don't know what's going on. The oil for the 2500 says European car formula. So it's like BMWs, Mercedes, and Ram 2500s. It's kind of ridiculous. See, if you pour it like this, it comes out smooth. But it's how smooth it comes out right there. But you know, it's awkward. If you pour it like this, it's glug, 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 glug. See it? You're supposed to really pour it like this. Maybe I'm blowing some people's minds or something like that. But yeah, if you pour it like this, it doesn't glug. But it's a little bit awkward. If you got a small funnel, then the glugging could be a problem. Is there a technical term? I mean, I call it glug. All right, let's wrap this up, and I'll just do a little closing thing, and we'll, hey, there we go. Yeah. So it's my son's birthday is today. He's 2. So it's pretty cool. And so I guess just a little sidetrack here, but what's cool is that my wife's birthday is tomorrow. Now, it's kind of interesting. When we got so we're talking whatever it was, 2021 or whatever, 2020, when Sam was pregnant, we said, we were doing the math, and we said, this is going to be interesting. We could have like a Christmas baby, or it's possible that he could be born on my father's birthday, which is January 9th, or he could be born on January 19th, which is Sam's birthday. And I'm telling this, and she's like, oh man, I'm gonna have to share my birthday, right? It's funny, right? And it was supposed to be like a induced labor, and so we go in there, and it's like, I don't even know what is it? Was it January 11th or something like that? And we're like, okay, so no, we're missing all that, right? We're missing it. We're gonna miss Sam's birthday, and then we're waiting around for the thing to actually happen, and they're giving her stuff, and nothing's happening. We're there one day, two. This is during the pandemic. 3 days, 4 days. I can't leave because can't leave the hospital during the pandemic, right? So we're there like 6 days before it was like, all right, we just got to do a C-section tomorrow, right? And that's it. So Sam was like, listen, C-section, just let's do this. We're done. I'm finished. I can't be in this hospital anymore, right? And so the next day was the 18th, and we go in to have the C-section into to the room there, and they're like, all right, just to confirm, your name, because they don't want to give somebody a C-section. It's not the right person. Samantha Mango, and you were born January 19th, and Sam's like, oh wait, January 19th is tomorrow. Oh man, it was a big whole thing, and right, and then wouldn't you know it, McAllister is born. They call the time 1:19 p.m. And so Sam sent me a text at 1:19. That's pretty interesting, right? So 1:19 p.m. on 1:18, and Sam's birthday is 1:19. Here's the really funny thing, is that Sam and I's first date, the first date we ever went on was 1:18, so January 18th. So it's pretty interesting, right? So all right, enough sentimental garbage here. We're talking about cars and trucks and stuff. We're gonna get the Ram checked out, and I'll do a video on this, and it's probably gonna be the next video, to be honest. I'm probably just gonna bring this thing in here almost either tomorrow probably and start filming, and I'll talk about it in more detail, and I'll tell you all the stuff that I did, and maybe we'll go back through the timeline and make sure and see what I actually did after that alignment. Because this is actually a very costly thing, right? I mean, if you think about it, we got a tire and an alignment. Alignment's like $100, $125, and you got a $300 tire. So we're talking about some money here. So I want to kind of figure out what happened. What went wrong is basically what I want to know. But obviously, I won't really know until they get it up on the rack and they put the lasers on it, and they see how it's out of alignment, and they can compare it to the last alignment too. This is a really cool place. They give you a printout and everything. It's really, really cool. So, all right, let's wrap up this video, and I will see you on the next one. All right.